Live from the Fox Studios in Columbia, it's Watch Fox News at 5, local first.
Good Monday evening, everyone, and thank you so much for tuning in to this online edition of Watch Fox News at 5. I'm Freddie Clairvaux. We begin tonight with the nation honoring civil rights icon and pioneer Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. Martin Luther King Jr. would have turned 97 years old last Thursday. Born in 1929, King's involvement with the civil rights movement dates back to the 1950s. He led the Montgomery boycott in 1955 after Rosa Parks famously refused to give up her seat to a white passenger. He was awarded the Nobel Peace Prize in 1964, the same year the Civil Rights Act was passed. King also spoke out against the Vietnam War in 1967. He was assassinated in Memphis, Tennessee the following year. Well, closer to home, the city of Columbia is honoring his life and legacy. Multiple events across the city took place, including a community commemoration service and special performances from an award-winning gospel choir. Our Megan Gagno joins us live now from Martin Luther King Jr. Park. Megan.
Freddie, just moments ago, this wreath behind me was laid at the Stone of Hope Memorial right here at the Martin Luther King Jr. Park in Columbia. It's serving as a symbol of hope for many and also remembrance and a declaration that Martin Luther King Jr.'s dream did not end with his final breath. Now, the ceremony brought together city leaders, brothers with the Alpha Phi Alpha fraternity, the very fraternity that Dr. King was a part of, and community members, all in the spirit of unity. Organizers say the wreath not only symbolizes remembrance, but also the commitment that a dream must continue through action.
Unity, no matter your background, no matter where you were born, your zip code, the color of your skin, everyone should be judged by the content of their character, as Dr. King said. And so the events that are taking place, not only in Columbia, the state, the country, and around the world, really embody that unity and belief in the cause and the legacy of Dr. King.
This was the city's 38th annual commemoration ceremony at the park. It also featured USC professor Dr. Bobby Donaldson as the keynote speaker. Dr. Donaldson is the university's director of the Center for Civil Rights History and Research. In Columbia, I'm Megan Gagno, Watch Fox News, local first.
All right, Megan, thank you so much for that. Well, Dr. King's call for justice continued to ring true to this day. Earlier today, the South Carolina NAACP holding the annual King Day at the Dome. It honors Dr. King and his lasting legacy. The events began this morning with what Dr. King depended on the most, his faith. Our Kira Daniel, has a look at what kicked off King Day at the Dome festivities.
King Day at the Dome events began inside Zion Baptist Church, where South Carolinians gathered to pray for unity and reflect on what Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. stood for. Zion Baptist Church has been around for over 150 years. The church prioritizes revolutionary change, and this morning was no different.
Dreams are sequences of images, ideas, emotions, and sensations that occur involuntarily in the mind during our sleep. For example, Dr. King saying, "I have a dream that my 4 little children will one day live in a nation where they will not be judged by the color of their skin, but by the content of their character."
Through singing and worship, the congregation stood united, placing trust in God and his power to move people towards justice.
So as we pray for unity, we do not pray from a place of ignorance. We understand that there are many matters that must be addressed. So we watch as well as pray.
An emphasis on coming together and pushing for social change under God's grace was strong Monday morning, interwoven with powerful political critiques. After the service, many marched from Zion to the State House, marching in the name of Dr. King's vision. Hundreds gathered to celebrate and fight for freedom, equality, and justice.
When my parents took me out here, I was probably 6 or 7 years old during the first one. But every time I'm around, I come back because I think it's important to remember how far we've come, but get inspired about the work that we need to do moving forward. And so it's always good to see the community come together, get here at the State House, get reinvigorated for the year ahead, and see how we can keep Dr. King's legacy alive moving forward.
While at the State House, those who took part talked about the need for change when it comes to immigration, housing, and education. In studio, I'm Kira Daniel, Watch Fox News, local first.
Well, here's some backdrop for you. King Day at the Dome started about 25 years ago as a protest led by the NAACP fighting to get the Confederate flag removed from the State House grounds. After the massacre at Mother Emanuel in Charleston, the flag was finally removed. Now the event serves as a rallying call for equality and has become a major stage for those looking to secure a political seat on the national level.
That all of us are here because of the people who fought for us and cried for us and sweat for us and bled for us.
New Jersey Congressman Cory Booker wowing the crowd at the South Carolina State House by highlighting the power of the civil rights movement. Hundreds taking the time to hear from state and federal leaders for King Day at the Dome.
I'm very excited to see when people get together, they come together and they listen to the words, because a lot of times we get complacent, we forget. So MLK Day is definitely a reminder of things to come. It's a reminder of our past and where we should be and where we're going.
The event focuses on the ideals of civil rights like health care, social justice, education, and voting rights.
We're all doing our best to build the city on the hill that Dr. King spoke about. I think every day we can take a step forward and follow his example.
Over the years, King Day at the Dome has become the hot spot for potential presidential candidates. Many pundits believe Senator Booker is one of them. He says not so fast.
I mean, my focus right now is getting reelected in my own state, one election at a time. But I know the destiny of New Jersey is interwoven with the destiny of South Carolina.
Former presidential candidates like Barack Obama and Joe Biden all getting the Democratic support from the Palmetto State, paving the way for them to make it to the White House.
Look, if we have a big voter turnout in South Carolina, there will be big change in South Carolina.
Senator Booker also taking the time out to call out his Republican colleagues.
Trying to get many of the Republicans who are more loyal to Donald Trump they are right now than the people that they serve. We're starting to see some Republicans think, wait a minute, maybe I need to extend the ACA tax credits and give health insurance back to millions and millions of Americans.
For others at the event, they say this is the perfect way to prepare leaders of tomorrow.
It's all about just being heard and whatnot. So getting in the right positions, doing things like these, being in the State House, getting in positions that's going to get you heard.
And on this King Day at the Dome, a powerful symbol on display, the South Carolina State University flag flying over at the State House. It's all in honor of the Bulldogs' 2025 HBCU National Football Championship win. Lawmakers requested that Governor Henry McMaster honor the authorization last month. For many, this historic move speaks volumes for an HBCU. That's because years ago, the Confederate flag flew atop the dome, and now it's a flag of a historically black college and university that's waving on top of the dome.
For the first time in the history of the state of South Carolina, an HBCU flag will fly at the top of the State House from sunup to sundown. And that HBCU is South Carolina State University.
All right, Coach. Now we know why your team won with that energy right there. So the flag will be presented to the team during its victory parade in Orangeburg. Well, it will serve as a lasting symbol of the Bulldogs' championship following the State House observance. That parade is this Wednesday in Orangeburg. The Columbia Urban League celebrating Martin Luther King Day with its annual Keeping the Legacy Alive breakfast. Elected officials and plenty of community leaders coming together to reflect on Dr. King's legacy. The annual breakfast promotes diversity, equity, and inclusion. The Columbia Urban League's president, J.T. McLaughlin, saying the annual breakfast is a way of committing to what Dr. King stood for.
And it's important to bring people together so that we can get on one accord. Because sometimes, people, kind of get distant from things. So by having this event, I call it a tune-up. It tune up our community, and it gives them the energy and the vigor to continue Dr. King's efforts of a beloved community.
Well, guests heard from several people, including the keynote speaker, Rick Wade, who is the Senior Vice President for the United States Chamber of Commerce. And it's time for us to highlight the everyday heroes we see all around us in the place we call home. This week, we're teaming up with the Jeffcoat Law Firm to tell you about LaTreviette Walker. Walker is an active duty soldier who started a nonprofit in the Midlands called GOAT, which stands for Give of All Things. Tonight, our Brawley's Pimentel shows you how we're paying it forward.
Well, hi, Ms. Walker. My name is Brawley's. I work at WACH, and I know that you were told today that we are going to interview you about your nonprofit organization called Give of All Things, or also known as GOAT, but you've actually been nominated for our Pay It Forward initiative, where we highlight everyday heroes for all the good they do. sponsored by the Jeffcoat Law Firm. And on behalf of the Jeffcoat Law Firm, we'd like to give you $500 cash so you can continue to do all the good through your nonprofit.
Thank you so much. I really appreciate this. This will be a huge help for our Cool for School program. So that program, we're going to be giving back clothes and shoes for children during the new school year, so they can go back feeling confident and hopefully reduce bullying.
And I know you started this nonprofit actually in 2024, but what made you really want to take the initiative and continue to move forward in helping the community out?
I've always been a giver. Giving is my thing. Like, I rather give than receive. It makes me feel good. So whenever I see disparity of someone that can't exactly equity, so we got equality, we got equity, I'd rather give people that little boost. And also, my daughter, her going to school and seeing some of the kids not having the same things and then them getting bullied for it, or whatever the case may be. A teacher once commented on how clean and well mannered my daughter was and how she smelled good. And I was like, okay, do all kids not go to school with clean clothes and now? So that kind of nudged me to push forward and continue.
Well, congratulations, Ms. Walker. We'll have to see that cash one more time. And thank you so much for all the good you do throughout the community. Let's see it one more time, the cash. And if you'd like to nominate our next Pay It Forward, you can visit our website at WACH.com.
All right, and we've made it easy for you to nominate the next Pay It Forward recipient. Just scan the QR code on your screen for more information. You can also visit our website at WACH.com. All right, let's check in with Chief Meteorologist Taylor Canoes. All right, Taylor, you know what? You were right on it once again. This morning, I mean, ice everywhere. And I had to wear long johns because of the fact I was at the State House. It was
Frosty
cold. I mean, will this continue into the rest of the week?
The general cold trend largely continues for the rest of the week. There are going to be some brief exceptions, but January is going to keep doing its thing here for the next several days. Today, a chilly day, no doubt about that. Temperatures have briefly warmed to the low 50s in a few spots. Most of us have seen highs in the 40s this afternoon. We're going to cool right back down this evening. 30s expected to arrive by 8 o'clock. Overnight lows in the mid-20s, so another cold night ahead of us. But we do have clear skies, and that's important for those of you that may want to get a glimpse of the northern lights tonight. Yes, we have another chance at seeing the northern lights across much of the country and possibly in South Carolina as well. We have a G4 on a 1 to 5 scale. It's a 4 ongoing right now, so it's a 4 out of 5 geomagnetic storm ongoing. There have been some visuals in Europe where it's already dark of the northern lights being visible near our latitude, and that could be the case here later on tonight. So if you do want to check that out, just know that these kind of come in waves. The intensity will ebb and flow, so there might be some points where you can see it, other points where it won't be all that visible. Your best chance at seeing it is going to be away from city lights and an area that has a nice view of the northern horizon. If you want to get a glimpse of it on your phone, on your smartphone, your best chance to get a good photo of it is by using night mode on your smartphone. And we've had a few instances of this the past few years. Tonight looks just as good, if not better, than any of those. So after sunset here pretty soon, you may want to step outside, take a peek, make sure you're bundled up with it being cold out there, of course. All right, bus stop forecast for tomorrow morning. As the kids head back to school, they will want the coats for sure, as morning temperatures will be in the mid-20s. Eventually, we warm back up near 50 tomorrow afternoon, very similar to how things have gone today. A little bit warmer the next couple of days after that. 54 on Wednesday, 61 on Thursday, and that right there is as warm as we're going to get anytime soon, so enjoy that while we have it. I do expect the next 3 days to be dry. We are paying close attention to what could be a nasty weather weekend across much of the southeast and including South Carolina up ahead of us. I know a few of you had flurries this past Sunday. This right here looks like a much better chance at impactful winter weather. It could be cold rain, it could be snow, it could be ice, it could be a mixture of all those things. We don't have those details highlighted just yet, but what we do know is we're going to have much colder air in place this weekend compared to what we had last weekend, and that's one of the key ingredients to us having that potential for winter weather. So we're about 5 to 6 days out at this point in the winter forecast timeline. We are watching the trends on the models. There is very good consistency on all of the mid to long range models that show impactful weather in South Carolina, so that's why we're kind of ringing the alarm bells right now to let you know ahead of time. Here's the what we kind of know at this point. The timing could be anywhere from early Saturday to Sunday afternoon that we have impactful weather. Again, all modes of precipitation are possible, from snow to sleet to freezing rain. I do think right now sleet and freezing rain is the most likely precipitation we get, aka ice. And there could be significant ice in South Carolina that could cause some huge travel headaches this weekend and into early next week. For now, I've issued a weather warn day for Sunday. I may extend that to Saturday as well. Just depends on how early the winter weather gets going. I do think Saturday night and Sunday morning probably the most likely time frame that we have impactful weather. Again, we'll know more as we get throughout this week and get closer to this weekend. We do know it's going to be awfully cold this weekend. A high of 40 on Saturday and 34 on Sunday. Again, that's one of the ingredients for that potential for some dangerous winter weather that could come our way this weekend.
Well, tonight, some across the Midlands are getting a new lease on life, and it's all thanks in part to the 11th Circuit Solicitor's Office, Brooklyn Baptist Church, and other organizations teaming up to help clear criminal records. Our Brawley's Pimentel explains.
I'm trying to get my record expunged so I can have a better future for my life.
Varn Todd Smith is just one of the many people who lined up outside Brooklyn Baptist Church Monday morning for a second chance. All of them waiting patiently with their records in hand at the church's expungement fair. He says he made some mistakes in the past that are holding him back.
I got like 2 gun charges, 2 marijuana charges, 2 crack charges, and I think like a meth charge or something like that. So as far as when it comes to me like getting a job or going back to school or anything like that, that'll be helpful for me. So a clean record would be like a great start for me, like a starting over.
He says those charges are from 10 years ago. He says he's a changed person, and he's hoping the solicitor's office will believe him. Rick Hubbard with the 11th Circuit Solicitor's Office says they've been meeting one-on-one with every person to help get them on the right track.
Most people, when they think about prosecutors, they think of us getting convictions on people. But this is also a big part of what we do because it is a second chance. If somebody has something on their record and they can have it taken off, we want to help them do that.
Smith says he's hopeful this new year will be a new chapter for him thanks to this fair. In Columbia, I'm Brawley's Pimentel, Watch Fox News, Local First.
The solicitor's office saying that more events like this will be coming soon. Well, for the rest of the year, Watch Fox will highlight what makes America so special as part of our Amazing America 250 segment. Each week, we will show you shows on how America is great on a national level as well as closer to home. You can also be part of our segment as well, and it's easy. Please share your stories and photos with us by visiting our website at watch.com or download the Watch Fox News app. While you're there, head on over to the Chime In section to submit that information. Well, coming up at the news at 10, part 2 of a story. Well, coming up on the news at 10, part 2 of a story that we've been following with the healthcare affordability debate raging. A new push is underway to pull back the curtain on prices for medical services. As Spotlight on America reports, federal rules passed 5 years ago to increase price transparency still haven't done the job. Find out tonight on the news at 10.
And one final check of the 10-day forecast. Pretty quiet these next 3 days. Certainly cool tonight and tomorrow. Very similar to today, in fact. We might have a kind of night Tuesday night where you want to drip the faucets with lows in the low 20s. Our warmest temperature is 61 on Thursday, and then active weather set to return late this week. Some rain showers possible Friday. We may begin to see a wintry mix build on Saturday, and I think that will be most likely Saturday night into at least the first half of the day Sunday. For now, we have the weather warn day for Sunday. Could have that extend to Saturday. Pretty high confidence this far out that there will be some sort of impacts in South Carolina. Just don't know exactly how it's going to go down yet, whether it'll be ice, snow, or a mix of both. That's all on the table at this point.
But definitely, if folks have any plans for the weekend, you might want to try to scale back just in case.
Yeah, and maybe you don't make the final decision today, but as we get more confidence in the forecast these next 2 to 3 days, that can be kind of the time to make those final decisions. Yep.
All right, Taylor, thank you so much for that. Well, folks, that's it for your news at 5 in a special edition here on our online edition for Watch Fox News at 5. We'll see you tonight at 10.
Thanks for watching and have a good night.